ASEAN must be bold and courageous in sending clear message of unity. Malaysia poised to attain developed and high-income country status. Good evening and Salam Malaysia Madani. You're watching Malaysia Tonight. I am Olivia Nicholas. ASEAN must be bold and courageous in sending a clear message of unity to the world as global tensions continue to rise. Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim also urged the 10 ASEAN member nations to drive cooperation in the region and reject any attempts to cause division from within.
In this way, ASEAN must be unflinching and resolute in sending a clear message to the world that ASEAN is and must remain united and will continue to be the key driver of peace, security and cooperation in this region.
He said this when delivering the national statement at the plenary session of the 44th and the 45th ASEAN Summits at the National Convention Centre in Vientiane today. In his speech, Dato Sri Anwar said just as peace and stability were important for the continued growth and prosperity of the region, it was also vital for ASEAN to continue fostering and strengthening relations with dialogue partners and beyond. Ahead of Malaysia's chairmanship of ASEAN next year, Dato Sri Anwar said the country was committed to building a more inclusive and sustainable future for Southeast Asia. Deputy Prime Minister Dato Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi stressed that collaboration between agencies under the Ministry of Rural Development, KKDW, and the private sector can play a critical role in driving rural development, particularly through technology expertise, capital, and broader market access. The Deputy Prime Minister stated this collaboration and can not only foster innovation but also expedite the development process and achieve more effective outcomes.
Kolaborasi ini bukan sahaja mampu menggalakkan inovasi, malah insya-Allah akan mempercepatkan proses pembangunan untuk mencapai hasil yang lebih berkesan. Penglibatan sektor swasta turut dapat mempercepatkan pembangunan dengan memanfaatkan kepakaran teknologi, modal dan akses kepada pasaran yang lebih luas.
Dato Sri Dr. Zahid, who is also the Rural and Regional Development Minister, further urged all agencies under KKDW to continue being proactive in establishing relationships with the private sector. He said this at the monthly gathering of the ministry today. The Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, or KPKM, is reviewing the subsidy for chicken eggs grades A, B and C. Its Minister Dato Sri Muhammad Sabu said the government is considering ending the egg subsidy to save 100 million ringgit a month, which could be directed to develop other critical aspects in agro-food sectors. Elaborating further on the matter, the minister said a proposal has been submitted to the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Domestic Trade and Cost of Living. He said the country has spent more than 3 billion ringgit since February 2022 in subsidies for chicken and chicken eggs. The minister also noted that the subsidy for chicken was terminated on the 1st of November last year, following which the supply and price of chicken became more stable.
Apabila kita mengambil keputusan yang tidak popular, iaitu menamatkan subsidi ayam pada ketika itu, ramai yang memperlekehkan usaha kita. Kononnya, harga ayam akan melambung. Alhamdulillah, setelah subsidi ditamatkan, harga ayam tidak lagi melambung dan lebih penting lagi, negara dapat manfaat dengan penjimatan 100 juta ringgit sebulan.
The National Artificial Intelligence Office, NAIO, set to be launched in November, will focus on various AI development initiatives to support industries as well as efforts to empower women in technology. Digital Minister Gobind Singh Dio highlighted the importance of this initiative, saying that women play a significant role in various sectors and should be given ample opportunities to strengthen their presence in the technology field.
Buat hari ini kita telah pun melihat satu memorandum of cooperation yang ditandatangani di antara MDEC dan WIT. Itu adalah satu inisiatif di mana kita akan membawa lebih perbincangan bagaimana kita boleh membantu satu sama lain untuk memperkukuhkan peranan wanita di dalam bidang teknologi ini.
Additionally, Gobin said that MDEC aims for a 5% annual increase in female participation in its Digital Ninja initiative next year, with a national level goal of having 50% of female students to achieve the Digital Intermediate rank in the National Digital Competency Score. The use of the quick response QR code via the My Rentas application at the Sultan Iskandar Building BSI entry point in Johor Bahru from the 1st of June has recorded nearly 2 million user transactions. Jati Jana Malaysia Sdn Bhd Chief Operating Officer Azril Rizal Abdullah said this has resulted in a reduction in waiting time for bus users between Malaysia and Singapore during peak hours from 120 minutes to 15 minutes. He said My Rentas also succeeded in shortening the clearance time from 30 to 45 seconds to less than 5 seconds per user. In a statement today, he said for now, travellers are using the QR code system via the My Rentas application at the BSI and the My Trip application at the Sultan Abu Bakar Complex, KSAB Iskandar Putri. Azril Rizal meanwhile said the testing phase or proof of concept POC on the effectiveness of immigration checks using the QR code system at BSI and KSAB would be extended until November. Jati Jana is the party responsible for developing the My Rentas application. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Fadillah Yusof had previously announced that the first phase of the QR code system would involve Malaysians travelling by buses and motorcycles at the BSI and KSAB. The International Green Tech and Eco Products Exhibition and Conference Malaysia IGEM is expected to attract 48,000 participants and 480 exhibitors from 48 countries, generating business leads estimated at 4.8 billion ringgit. The three-day conference kicked off today was organised by the Natural Resources and Environmental Sustainability Ministry with co-organiser Malaysian Green Technology and Climate Change Cooperation, MGTC, and Malaysian Investment Development Authority, MIDA, as its strategic partner. The IGEM opening was officiated by the Deputy Minister of Natural Resources and Environment Sustainability, Datuk Seri Huang Tiong Si. Theme Race Towards Net Zero, Regional Leadership for Climate Urgency. It reflects the urgent need for collective action to address climate change. A key highlight of IGEM 2024 will be the Clean Energy Transition Asia SETA Summit, which will unite ministers, policymakers and private sector leaders to guide Asia's shift towards clean energy. The Negeri Sembilan government hopes the state will be given priority in terms of infrastructure projects in Budget 2025 to be tabled by the Prime Minister on the 18th of October. Elaborating further on the matter, Menteri Besar Datuk Seri Aminuddin Harun said this was important as the state hopes to attract more investments and had not been given priority when it came to infrastructure allocations previously.
Kita berharap tumpuan untuk memberikan infrastruktur yang lebih baik kepada Negeri Sembilan. Ini akan mempercepatkan Negeri Sembilan dalam pembangunan yang dirancang oleh kerajaan negeri dan kerajaan persekutuan.
He said this to reporters after chairing the State Exco meeting at Wisma Negeri. Datuk Seri Aminuddin said Negeri Sembilan needed better infrastructure in line with the development and progress made by the state. Asked if there was a particular development he was referring to, he said his administration wants infrastructure projects and facilities in all 8 districts. Any new tax introduced in the 2025 budget must align with long-term goals and the current economic context. So Lian Seng, president of the Chartered Tax Institute of Malaysia CTIM, emphasized that while taxes can have positive effects, they should not burden citizens or hinder economic growth.
Jika dilaksanakan dengan baik, cukai-cukai ini boleh membantu Malaysia mencapai matlamat jangka panjang seperti kesihatan awam yang lebih baik, peralihan kepada ekonomi hijau dan kesiap-siapan terhadap perubahan teknologi. Secara keseluruhannya, masa adalah faktor kritikal dan kajian yang mendalam perlu dilakukan untuk memastikan keseimbangan antara peningkatan hasil cukai dan impak terhadap ekonomi serta kesejahteraan rakyat.
He also addressed proposals for new taxes, including those on unhealthy food and carbon pricing. For example, a tax on unhealthy food could help reduce obesity and related diseases.
Dia juga boleh meningkatkan hasil kerajaan untuk digunakan bagi tujuan kesihatan awam. Namun, kita perlu berhati-hati agar cukai ini tidak menjejaskan golongan berpendapatan rendah yang lebih responsif terhadap perubahan harga makanan.
Alternatively, measures such as subsidies for healthy food could be considered. Malaysia Tonight on TV1 ends here to give away to the 64th International Quran Recitation and Memorization Assembly. Our bulletin resumes on MyTV's Berita RTM channel. We'll be right back.
Malaysia will chair the Regional Community Asian in 2025. The handing over ceremony of the Asian Chairmanship 2025 comes on live from the Lao People's Democratic Republic on October 11, 2024, 3 p.m. only on TV1, Saluran Berita and RTM Click.
The Kuala Lumpur rubber market ended higher today, taking its cue from the recovery in benchmark crude oil prices and the uptick in the Shanghai Rubber Futures Exchange amid concerns over the tight natural rubber supply due to adverse weather in producing countries. A dealer said China's encouraging auto sales data and anticipation for the United States-US interest rate cuts lifted the market sentiment. He said Japanese rubber futures recovered today, buoyed by concerns of wet weather disrupting supply globally, although facing enthusiasm from top consumer China's stimulus measures and lower oil prices capped gains. The dealer said oil prices inched higher today, recouping some of the prior session's steep losses, although signs of a large increase in U.S. inventories limited gains. Meanwhile, the dealer highlighted reports that China's major electric vehicle makers saw strong sales during the past National Day Golden Week holiday as the country's economic stimulus measures fueled optimism and the auto market entered its strong season. The Malaysian Rubber Board MRB reported that the price of standard Malaysian rubber 20 SMR20 rose by 11 cent to 897 cent per kilogram kg, while latex in bulk was up by 2 cent to 751.5 cent per kg. At 5 p.m., SMR20 stood at 883 cent per kg, while latex in bulk reached 750 cent per kg. Deputy Prime Minister Dato Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi highlighted Malaysia is on track to achieve the status of a developed and high-income country. His remarks follow the World Bank's revision of Malaysia's economic growth forecast for this year, reflecting stronger than expected household consumption, improved investment and trade performance. The Deputy Prime Minister highlighted that approved investments surged to 160 billion ringgit in the first half of this year, marking an 18% increase compared to the same period in 2023.
Kejayaan ini dipacu oleh keberkesanan dasar-dasar yang diperkenalkan oleh kerajaan, pengukuhan pelaburan dan perdagangan serta kestabilan politik yang berjaya diwujudkan. Saya percaya matlamat kerajaan untuk Malaysia mencapai status negara maju dan berpendapatan tinggi kini berada di landasan yang tepat.
Dato Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi made these comments during the Rural and Regional Development Ministry's monthly assembly today. The World Bank Group announced yesterday that it had raised Malaysia's economic growth forecast to 4.9% for 2024, up from the 4.3% projected last April. Bank Negara Malaysia's Financial Markets Committee has reported that the ringgit emerged as one of the strongest currencies worldwide in the third quarter of 2024, 3Q 2024, appreciating 14.4% against the US dollar and 11.4% year-to-date. This rise was attributed to the US Federal Reserve's 50 basis points rate cut and clearer guidance on futures reductions. The committee highlighted key factors supporting the ringgit's positive trend, including efforts by the government and Bank Negara to promote the repatriation of foreign income by government-linked entities, which bolstered domestic forex liquidity, averaging 17.6 billion US daily. The committee believes this setup can be maintained to improve liquidity in the onshore forex market. Investor confidence in Malaysia is rising due to strong economic growth and continued structural reforms. Notably, significant foreign portfolio inflows were recorded in 3Q 2024 due to favorable KLCI performance and normalizing spreads between Malaysian government securities and US treasuries. Ongoing engagement with investors has increased awareness of Malaysia as a prime investment destination, emphasizing the need for consistent and coherent policies. Trillion Networks Inc. says Malaysia will be leading country in ASEAN in terms of energy transition and smart grid with the help of Tenaga Nasional Berhad TNB. Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Andy White said their partnership with TNB since 2017 helped to accelerate the country's vision towards energy transition. He also applauded TNB's achievement of deploying 4.5 million smart meters across Malaysia this year en route to the vision. He also said that TNB is way ahead of all the other ASEAN countries such as Indonesia, Vietnam and Thailand as they are just getting started. Trillion partnered with TNB to support the utility company's nationwide plan for smart meter deployment, along with a joint go-to-market strategy to drive innovation and deliver smart communications solutions to utilities across Asia-Pacific and other selected regions. Elaborating on the partnership, White said Trillion also worked with local meter manufacturers chosen by TNB, where the company would further identify the best smart meters to be deployed in Malaysia. He also mentioned that their technology features high-speed sub-cycle communication and the highest bandwidth. Therefore, TNB's choice of Trillion allows for lower consumer prices through various meter options at the lowest cost. Malaysia and Azerbaijan will continue to enhance bilateral relations, especially in education. Chairman of the State Committee on Work with Diaspora of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Fuad Muradov, said the matter was discussed when he met with the Ministry of Higher Education of Malaysia earlier. He said Azerbaijan wants to get Malaysia sharing experiences and collaborate on improving the quality of education, especially in the oil and gas, financial and renewable energy fields. At the same time, Azerbaijan also welcomes Malaysia's youth to their country for educational purposes.
Discussion between our governments, how to improve the quality of education. I know that Malaysia has very good experience, especially in oil and gas education, renewable energy issue, finance. Azerbaijan supports education for this member organization, including Malaysia.
He also gave appreciation to Malaysia for supporting Azerbaijan on different platforms such as ASEAN and the United Nations. Fuad Muradov came to Malaysia for a working visit starting today until the 11th of October 2024. He is also scheduled to attend Parliament Malaysia to meet the head of the West Asia Friendship Group. To further boost the tourism sector in the country, the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture through Tourism Malaysia has launched the Edu+ program. This program promotes cultural and educational exchange on a global scale, positioning Malaysia as a leading edu-tourism hub in the region. Tourism Malaysia is targeting students under 16 years old holding tourist visas to participate in short-term educational programs in the country. The Deputy Minister, Khairul Firdaus Akbar Khan, stated that as a nation rich in diversity, history, arts and culture, Malaysia has significant potential in this tourism segment.
The Edu Plus program offers a unique opportunity for international students to explore Malaysia while engaging in short-term educational packages. Our vision is to create a seamless blend of tourism and education, providing enriching experiences that showcase the best of what Malaysia has to offer.
The Edu Plus program aims to attract over 10,000 students from Japan, Korea, China, Russia and Vietnam this year. 19 private educational institutions and 8 travel agencies are ready to develop Edu Plus packages under this program. Thailand's Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra proposed 3 key areas for enhancing collective leadership within the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, during the 44th and the 45th ASEAN Summits. In her address, she emphasized the urgent need for stronger collaboration among ASEAN member states to tackle complex challenges, including geopolitical tensions and natural disasters. Paetongtarn identified sustainability, human security and deeper regional integration as crucial focus areas for ASEAN leadership. She reiterated Thailand's commitment to people-centered development and fostering a more resilient ASEAN community. To achieve these goals, she stressed the importance of engaging external partners and maintaining the region's centrality and unity in addressing shared challenges. Paetongtarn also cautioned against ASEAN becoming a proxy in global power rivalries, advocating for constructive cooperation to uphold peace and stability in the region. She also expressed optimism about ASEAN's future partnerships, particularly with South Korea and New Zealand, reaffirming Thailand's dedication to a collaborative and resilient ASEAN amid evolving global dynamics. Now, Indonesia's state apparatus and bureaucratic reform minister Abdullah Azwar Anas stated that President Joko Widodo, or Jokowi, recently conveyed an order to start the transfer of civil servants to the new capital Nusantara, IKN East Kalimantan, in January 2025. He noted that the initial plan was for the government to initiate the transfer of civil servants to the future capital city last September. However, Anas said the president instructed them to perfect the ecosystem first. The minister then emphasized that his side would immediately move the devised relocation schemes and initiatives to state apparatus to be stationed in Nusantara. To that end, he ensured that he and his aides would continue to invest greater efforts to make the relocation a success. Meanwhile, on the 4th of October, National Development Planning Minister Suharto Monoarfa confirmed that the civil servant transfer had been delayed due to the need to make better preparations regarding residences, offices and internet networks. The minister also highlighted the possibility of the government postponing the relocation to October or November. Regardless of the plan, he ensured that the IKN Authority, or IKN, has continued to pursue the development of adequate public facilities for civil servants' convenience, such as hospitals and schools. The European Chamber of Commerce in Vietnam, Eurocharm, expressed confidence in the resilience of the country's economy following Typhoon Yagi, while also noting challenges that could affect businesses. A Eurocharm survey conducted post-typhoon found that nearly 47.4% of respondents are optimistic about the company's prospects and expect improvements in the next quarter. Long-term optimism among European companies remained high, with 69.3% anticipating a favorable business climate over the next 5 years. In the wake of Typhoon Yagi, the government projects a 0.15% reduction in GDP for 2024, while GDP growth for the third quarter was estimated at 7.4%. However, the survey also identified several challenges to business operations, including cumbersome visa procedures for foreign workers, rising airfare costs, and unclear tax regulations, which could increase burdens on companies in Vietnam. According to ASEAN Briefing, the European Union is the sixth largest source of foreign direct investment in Vietnam, with EU members investing over $30.6 billion across 2,450 projects in Southeast Asia, primarily in high-quality sectors like high-tech manufacturing and services. Coming up, PDRM will include Bloomberg to assist in MACC inquiry interference probe. Police will be calling in international media Bloomberg to assist with the investigation regarding allegations of the Prime Minister's interference in the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission or MACC investigation. Kuala Lumpur Chief of Police Dato' Rusdi Muhammad Isa stated that they received a report on the case filed by the MACC following a statement made by the former UMNO Supreme Council member Isham Jalil on social media recently. According to him, the investigation is conducted under Section 500 of the Penal Code, Section 505 subsection B of the Penal Code and Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act 1998.
Dan kita buka kertas siasatan di bawah Section 500, fitnah 505. C, B, kenyataan-kenyataan yang mendatangkan kenalan awam dan juga 233, pengantaran yang jelik. Setakat ni kita baru ambil statement 2, iaitu daripada pengadu dan juga daripada saudara Isham Jalil. Dan beberapa individu akan dipanggil juga, khususnya daripada pihak Bloomberg. Ini asal usulnya daripada Bloomberg. Artikel tu daripada Bloomberg.
The media reported yesterday that the police took Isham's statement following his call for Dato' Sri Anwar to sue Bloomberg over allegations of interference in the MACC investigation. Communications Minister Fahmi Fadil said the government is set to amend the Postal Services Act 2012 to better align with the evolving postal and courier landscape. He added a consultant had recently been appointed by the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC, to evaluate the proposed amendments. The minister, however, commented the amendment process might take between 8 to 12 months.
Kita harap selepas itu kerja-kerja untuk mengusahakan pindaan kepada Akta Perkhidmatan Pos dapat dilakukan. Kita jangka sekiranya semua berjalan dengan lancar, ia masih akan mengambil sedikit masa untuk melakukan usaha-usaha menulis draft rang undang-undang tersebut. Maka pindaan itu mungkin kita akan dapat saksikan paling awal mungkin tahun 2026.
Fahmi Fadil said that the consultants will also conduct a comprehensive analysis of the postal company sector, considering recent developments such as social media and social commerce, as many aspects of package and parcel delivery now involve elements of social media. He said this at a press conference following the launch of World Post Day celebrations at Post Malaysia Berhad today. That concludes this evening's Malaysia Tonight. In our top story, ASEAN must be bold and courageous in sending clear message of unity. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. I'm Olivia Nicholas. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic night.